to Addis Ababa now, where members of the Kenyan delegation are lobbying African leaders to ratify a key treaty that seeks to give the African Court power to try international crimes. This is part of Kenya's wider agenda to have the ICC case against Deputy President William Ruto dropped. KTN's associate editor, Noah Otieno, is reporting tonight from Ethiopian capital.
Now, the African heads of state and government are currently in the plenary meeting of the 24th African Union Summit here in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia. And that meeting will go on well into the afternoon of Saturday. But the real lobbying by the Kenyan delegation is going on the sidelines of the main plenary meeting. And by Saturday afternoon, it will be evident whether the Kenyan delegation has succeeded or failed in their main agenda concerning the International Criminal Court and the African Court of Justice and Human and People's Rights. But even though getting the support of the African leaders on the matter of the ICC case against Ruto is proving to be an uphill task, there is something good going for Kenya right at this summit. For one, the openly anti-West president of Zimbabwe, Robert Mugabe, has been elected today as the new African Union chairperson. So Kenya has at least one ally inside the AU who will not only help to lobby the other African countries, but will also be in a position to push for negotiations at the level of the United Nations and other regional bodies.
Friends we shall have, yes, but imperialists and colonialists no more.
The outgoing chairperson, Abdulaziz Ould of Mauritania, sent out feelers to the rest of African countries in the morning about rejecting the ICC's jurisdiction in the African continent. And now, Kenya has till Saturday afternoon to squeeze their push into the main AU summit agenda and get the necessary support. There is also an unexpected turn of events at the United Nations. The current chairman of the 69th UN General Assembly announced that he will push for reforms at the United Nations Security Council.
Council is the most undemocratic institution we have in the entire architecture of the United Nations. And needs to be revised to take into account current global realities.
One of the issues currently pushing the Kenyan agenda to the back burner include the Ebola crisis currently bedeviling countries in West Africa. And both the United Nations and the African Union Commission want the focus to remain on getting these countries Ebola-free. The summit ends Saturday evening, and the resolutions will most likely carry with them the fate of Kenya's Deputy President William Ruto. Noah Otieno, KTN, Addis Ababa, Ethiopia.